everyone. Hi. Oh, sorry about that first stream going funny. I don't know what the hell happened. I tried to sign into the chat just to let everyone know that we can see your comments, and then the stream just disconnected somehow. So as long as I don't touch my browser again while we're streaming, I think we should be fine.
Don't touch anything.
No. Well, I have to touch.
Good morning.
Morning. Well, I have to touch the things on the streaming app, so I'd be able to change the screens and stuff like that. But hello, good morning, everyone.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, indeed. And yep, as you can tell by the what should be on screen right now, we're doing our prediction stream. I can't speak today.
Porca vacca.
A nice bit of Italian swearing there. Okay, so we couldn't do it last night because John was out and about. Did you go to the show last night, or
I didn't go to the show, but it was a busy day, just getting there and then settling in.
Okay, no problem. And because John is not available at nights, we can't do any live streams at night. So our post-show reaction stream for Semi 2 will be tomorrow morning, and then on the Saturday morning we'll do our final predictions live stream, which I'm already dreading.
Oh well.
Oh well. We'll figure something out. But yeah, as you can tell, I was really anxious, stressed out over my predictions to the point where I literally made myself sick. No, I'm not even joking. Like, earlier this morning I tried to have breakfast, and then 2 minutes later I was running downstairs and projectile vomiting into the bathroom sink. Sorry for anyone.
Oh dear.
Sorry for anyone who's eating their lunch right now, but like just now I tried to eat some toast, and thankfully it's managed to stay down so far.
Lovely. Good.
Okay, so we can see in the chat that Rui and AJ are here. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. So like even now I'm still like not happy with the predictions I've made, but then again, like whatever combination of countries I'd make, I'm really not happy with. So I changed. So over the last 12 hours, I changed it like 4 or 5 times, and then I just said fuck it, pardon my language, but I just gave up and just left it what I originally put down, just so, because thinking about it even more will just make me even more sick.
Just gotta lock it in.
Yeah. How about you? How is it trying to come up with your predictions?
Well, pick some names out of a hat, really. It's not easy, this one.
No, like
but I've gone with 10, and I will stick with them.
Yeah, I'm fully expecting at least 2 of mine to be wrong. Oh no. Okay, so let's get on to how we're going to do this. Let me just change screens. So we're going to go through each of the countries through running order, and our memojis, as you can see on the screen right now, will either give a thumbs up or a thumbs down depending on whether or not we think that they are qualifying. And we're going to discuss our reasons why, and if there's a disagreement, the person who says yes is going to go last, just so we can end that segment on a nice positive note. Okay, so are we just about ready?
Well, I suppose.
Oh, and by the way, I just like at risk of causing another press center controversy this year. Like when I was listening to the ESC United stream, like I'm gonna call it out. Like Roy and Sean, like I want to know what kind of hallucinogenics you were on that make you think that Czech Republic are winning this semi-final. Like seriously.
Oh.
But anyway, let's get on to it. So, first country we're going to discuss is Finland. And we both say yes. I'm fully aware that amongst my friend circle in the press center, at least, like this is going massively against the grain of what they're saying. I think I kind of suspect, though, that because they've always had a negative bias against Finland's song this year, that they're just viewing it with poop-tinted glasses. So, and I'm thinking law of averages based on Tuesdays, that there's going to be at least one song that qualifies that everyone's going to be pissed off about. So, yeah, the Finland's my pick for the one that pisses everyone off tonight. So, yeah. What about you, John?
Just because it would be brave to bet against Erasmus, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, there are vocal issues, but I think that they will get over the line. Um, the voters, I know, are going for have been so far been going for mainly the quieter stuff or the more introspective stuff, but they tend to vote for a good rock song as well.
Yeah. Okay, so shall we move on to song number 2?
Indeed.
Oh, and by the way, hello, Edson. Just popped into the chat there. Okay,
Hello.
so next up we go to song number 2, which is Israel, and we both say no. My reason, short story, the results of Tuesday scared me off. My theory about Europe not being in the mood for bangers kind of applies here, and I think this is a bit too aggressively a banger, so yeah, yeah, that's why I said no. What about you?
I'm prepared to be completely wrong, but I agree with you completely. Um, not I just don't see it.
No.
I can't really add anything that you haven't said.
Okay, so shall we move on to song number 3?
Please.
Okay, so song number 3 is Serbia, and we both say yes. I just feel like I can't see a pathway where it can fail. Like from what I heard, it got one of the biggest reactions of the night in the crowd, but it's not really saying much because those kind of guy crowds like only care about the bops, in my opinion. And from what I've heard, they were like basically silent throughout all the semi-final except for the big bops, so yeah, take that with a grain of salt. But regardless, it just I cannot see it failing. I can't really articulate why. It just feels right to me. What about you, John?
I can see it not qualifying, but I really don't want that to happen. It's a piece of artistry, and I think, or at least I hope, that Europe are going to respond. They don't have many friends voting for them in this semi-final, so there aren't many guaranteed 12s or 10s. But fingers crossed. I think they're going to do enough here. because they really should. They really deserve to.
Okay. Well, I think it's a certainty, but maybe I'm just
I I
overestimating
I,
it.
I hope you're right.
Okay. So shall we go on to song number 4?
Yes, please.
Okay, so song number 4 is Azerbaijan, and we both say yes. Now, I want to make clear that for the longest time, I had this as a straight up no. But after seeing Switzerland go through, like, on the Wednesday morning, I quietly changed it to a yes. Because, like, to me, like, obviously we don't know what it looks like in full, but, like, the clip to me looked super pretentious to me, and I've got super mega doubts about its televote appeal, but again, based on Tuesday night, I can see this sneaking through. What about you, John?
Jury pick.
Yeah, that I think that's a good way of summarizing it. Anything else before we move on to the next one?
No.
No. Okay. So song number 5 is Georgia, and sadly, we both say no. This is my first
Oh,
like sad goodbye, because as much as I want it to qualify, and I think it does look good based on the rehearsal clip, I just think in this semi-final it might not be enough. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, but I just have to go with my instinct, and my instinct says no, and I'm going to have a big sad now.
dear. I would tend to agree. I think it might just be a step too far for both juries and televotes, but I I would love to see Georgia qualify with this, but it's a no for now.
Okay, so shall we move on to the next one?
See?
C. Okay, so next up we're gonna go to Malta, song number 7. Almost said 7.
6?
6. Sorry, it's because I was getting some wind and made me speak wrong. But anyway, Malta next, and we both say no. You're probably not gonna like what I'm about to say, John, but like last predictions live stream, I complained that there was a lack of imagination and originality in a lot of the stagings, and this by far to me is the most unimaginative, unoriginal staging. It is like copy and pasted from a song that will finish 5th in a Melfest semi to me, and nope. Sorry. Why don't you say some nice things, John?
Well, sometimes unoriginality works, but hey, um, yeah, I tend to agree. Sadly, I mean, I think it's a good song, but I think I agree with something you said in the previous podcast that the televote will not go for it,
Yeah.
which for me is a shame.
Okay. So shall we move on to the next one?
Please.
Okay, so next up is San Marino, and we have our first disagreement.
Oh,
I'm saying no, but John is saying yes. So because I
and
said
you're the you're the Achille Lauro fan.
I know, and because I said no, obviously I have to go first. I make no mistake, I want this to qualify so bad. Like, I would happily give my kidney for this to qualify, but it's just, I just so scared. I'm just, and you know, when I saw those, like, the photos and the rehearsal clips, I was just like over the moon. Oh my god, I am absolutely going to love this, and it just makes me even more sad. And like, maybe I'm just being way too pessimistic, but I'm just scared that especially the juries are just going to sink it. And like, I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, because a lot of people in my friend group in the press center are absolutely gunning for this qualifying, and I hope they're right that my gut instinct is saying no, and I really hope that my instinct is wrong here. What about you, John?
I mean, it's one of my least confident predictions. However, like I said with Finland earlier, a good rock song is always loved by Europe, usually anyway. Um, and just Lauro's star quality, and the performance we're going to get, the staging we're going to get. Um, I think it'll be enough. I think it'll just be enough. By the way, on the TV earlier, there's a music channel here, and it played a song called Mille by Achille Lauro, Fedez, and Orietta Berti.
Oh my
And
god!
yes, and it hit me. Oh my god, he's going to be in Eurovision. It just hasn't really sunk in, and for San Marino as well.
Ah. Okay, anything else before we move on to the next one?
Next,
Next, okay. Next up is song number 8, which is Australia, and we're back to agreeing again. We both say yes. I will say that I'm not a fan of just how high that plinth is. I still have question marks over the televote, but I don't think in this semi-final it'll be low enough to drag it out of the top 10. I don't think. I think the jury points it'll get will be more than enough to get it through, I think. And, you know, like, even regardless of that, you know, because, like, I explained in the review, you know, because of Sheldon's story, like, with autism and stuff like that, you know, we both have very similar stories. I want to support this, even though I'm not a fan of the song. Like, I actually had an interview with him last week. I've got it on my drafts. I've been waiting ages for the Australian press team to give me the go ahead. Like, maybe, like, if he qualifies, I might just say fuck it and publish it anyway and risk pissing them off. But yeah.
well, don't do that.
What about you, John?
Don't annoy them. But yeah, I would be interested to hear that. I think, yeah, I just think it's going to smash it, and it's going to be a stunning performance, and it will get through. It might not set the televote alight, but I don't think that's going to matter, and I can't really add much more to that.
Okay, so next up we go to Cyprus, and we both say yes. It's weird because, like, based on the rehearsal clip on the photos, the staging looks too dark for me, and the clip looked a bit visually messy, but maybe it looks a lot better in full. Just have to wait and see. This is one of my least confident ones, but I got it as a yes, mainly out of process of elimination, pretty much. Yeah. What about you, John?
I kind of agree because one, because you have to pick 10, and two, because I mean, I think it looks good. I think it's a decent song that people will like. Can't really add anything.
Yeah. Again, it might just be the clip not showing it showing it at its best. So, yep.
Maybe.
I hope so, at least. Okay, so next up we go to song number 10, which is Ireland. And we both say no. Again, this is one that's going massively against the grain of my press friends bubble kind of thing, because they all, like, absolutely going Cocoa for Cocoa Pups. Cocoa for Cocoa Pops. I think that's how you say it. Anyway, they love this, but I just feel like Bulgaria in the last semi, I feel like it might be another case of the press center getting way too carried away with a song that has a surprisingly good staging. I mean, it looks fine to me based on what I saw, but like in the rehearsal clip, at least, like the big sound studio just they're using in the arena just really highlights just how badly mixed the instrumental of the song is. And yeah, I think this in the last stream people were asking us who do we think is going to be the Albania of Semi 2. I think this is a candidate for the Albania of Semi 2 in terms of a bop that everyone thinks is going to qualify but just does not. Yeah, I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but it's just my suspicion. What about you, John?
I mean, I think they've done an amazing job. I've only said no because of the lack of love for the bangers in semi-final one.
Yeah.
But I really think they've done a good job with this, and Brooke's doing really well. So yeah, I'm proud of her.
Yeah. Okay, so next up we go to song number 11, which is North Macedonia, and we both say no again. I don't think I really have much to add. I mean, in this semi, it's just got no chance. It's probably even going to be last in this semi, so...
Yep. Yeah, sending love to Andrea, but it's a no. Sorry.
Okay, so let's swiftly move on to song number 12, which is Estonia. And a nice change of pace because we both say yes. I just don't see how this can possibly fail. Like, even in the rehearsal clip, like, Stefan was connecting really well. And, like, I think, you know, individuals of the male persuasion are going to swoon like crazy over him, I think. And, you know, it's just a nice bit of fun in this second half. Like, fun in a not, like, trashy banger way, as we found out the hard way in the last semi, but you know, do you know what I mean? I just don't see a path. I just don't see how this can possibly fail.
I vouch for this. Again, you've covered it really well. I think it's always been one of the stronger songs, and it should be one of the 10 best tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't add anything.
Okay, so let's move on to song number 13, which is Romania, and here comes another sad one, because we both say no. Similar reasons for Israel. The semi-1 results scared me off this. Like, I really hope I'm wrong, because, like, if we desperately need a trashy banger in the final, this will probably hit the spot, but I'm just... Yeah, I'm just scared. I'm just scared, guys. Actually, this was actually, like, I had, for my very last spot, I was torn for the longest time between this and another country, and I just, I'm still going back and forth, but, like, as I said, I just have to say fuck it and say I put Romania as a no, sadly, but I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, this is more of a pessimistic choice, sadly, because of
Yeah.
what happened on Tuesday. But it's one of my favourites. So if it did go, I'd be very sad.
Me too. Oh wow. Okay, so song number 14, we go to Poland. No surprises there. We both say yes. Now, I bet you guys are very curious as to what I think about this staging based on what I've seen. And oh boy, do I have thoughts about this staging. Based on all the rehearsal clips out of all those 40 songs, from what I've seen, that rehearsal clip showed by far the most ambition to me, and for that reason I love it.
Good.
Yeah, this might be a weird train of thought, but it's something that popped into my head. But like, I feel like the way they have approached the staging is very similar to how they went about with the stagings for both of their junior winners. And I actually had to go back and watch them both just to make sure that I wasn't talking out of my arse or anything like that. And like, they both had like very visual kind of, especially Roxy's performance. They were like have visual effects and stuff like that, and I'd be very curious to see if that same tactic works here. I still don't see many people in the press centre talking about it much, which seems weird to me. Like, maybe I'm just heavily biased, because we all know I got a bit of a crush for Auckland. But, but maybe I'm just being way too optimistic, but I just feel like people are still underestimating it. Maybe we'll see once, like, the qualifiers are happened and the betting odds start coming in. But yeah, absolutely nailed on. Potential semi-winner for me. End of story.
Purely on the strength of the song and the vocal performance, it's got to be a yes. I have seen some people quite taken aback by the visual effects, and not in a good way, but maybe they just haven't seen Junior Eurovision before.
Yeah, I mean, Roxy's performance, Roxy's staging was very divisive, but the casuals clearly loved it. It wasn't just the polls voting for themselves.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So next up, we're gonna go to Montenegro, song number 15, and sadly, it's another full double no for us. I just feel like she would have stood a better chance in semi one, and also I'm afraid that, like, I don't want to sound too mean, but I worried that the public are going to see this as a screaming woman in a stupid dress. Yeah, it's a shame because, like, you know, she performs it beautifully, but it's just a really tough semi, guys. I'm sorry.
I can see a pathway for it.
Mm.
I'd probably be more confident if it wasn't representing a country that's failed to qualify so many times. It could qualify. You know, but I'm putting it as a no for now, just because it might slip under the radar.
Okay. So 3 songs left to go, and next up we got song number 16, which is Belgium, and we both disagree. I'm saying yes, while John is saying no, because you said no, John, you're going first.
Okay, like Montenegro, I just think it's slipping under the radar. That's the only reason I can give, really. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I have to clarify that this is by far the least confident pick I have. Like, this was the one that I was torn with Romania over, and I kept going back and forth, but I just said screw it, because Belgium was the one I initially picked, but then he kind of stuffed up that last big note. I was just kind of like, I don't know if that's going to affect it. I don't know. I think at the end of the day, in my opinion, even though I'm super not confident about this pick, I think the jury will kill this more. No, the jury will kill Romania more than the televote will kill Belgium, if that makes sense. So
It does. It does.
Okay. I just remembered that you went first. Oh, I'm so stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, so next up we go to Sweden, song number 17, and no surprises there. We both say yes. Obviously, I don't think we need to discuss it. Although I've got a bit of a concern.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's just a rehearsal. I know that's your favorite mantra, and I love that, like, bringing up that mantra, but I'm just worried because I did notice that they moved her setup from the B stage, which she did in Malfest, to the main stage here in Turin. And I'm worried that it's going to completely strip away all the kind of intimacy and magic that it had in Malfest. I really hope I'm wrong, but that's my big concern.
I mean, that's for me. That's probably only going to be a concern when we get to the final. But for the semi-final, surely it's qualifying. Surely it's qualifying. I
Yeah.
mean, if it doesn't, if this does not qualify, I will. I don't know what I'll do.
Yeah, I will be extremely upset. Okay.
I might rage quit.
Oh no. Ah. Okay, so last but by no means least, of course, we've got Czech Republic, and of course we both say yes. For me, like, even though, like, the results of semi one completely scared me away from giving a yes to a lot of the bangers in the second semi, like, law of averages says that at least one of them has to make through, and Czech Republic to me seems like by far the most likely of those. I mean, partly because it's running last, and also I think, like, in terms of the juries, it might come across as more credible to them than the likes of Romania and Ireland, because they're presented more like a cool synth pop act rather than like a generic trashy dance act. So yeah, like, it's not winning the semi. Come on, EC United. Like, pull your heads out of your asses. But yeah, like, this has to go through regardless.
I mean, I've made no secret of the fact that this is one of my favourite songs. I think they've done a stellar job with it. Many people have said, even to me, that it looks amazing both in the arena and on the TV. Not 100% confident, but about 75%.
Yep. Okay, I think that's about it. So let me just change the screen to show the summary of our predictions for those of you who came in late. Okay, so you should see on the screen all of our predictions, like which ones we agree with and which ones we disagree with. We both agree with 9 countries. So in running order, that's Finland, Serbia, Azerbaijan, Australia, Cyprus, Estonia, Poland, Sweden, and Czech Republic. Well, in terms of disagreements, my last pick is Belgium, while John's last pick is San Marino. I'm really surprised that we agreed so much, again, because...
Me too.
Again, because, like, when I compared my predictions to a lot of my friends in the press centre, it was just so vastly different, and that's partly the reason why I panicked. But, like, I just said, screw it. Like, just go with what I originally said and see what happens. I mean, wasn't the whole point of me going offline for a week was to see how my perception compared to the people who are actually in the bubble? You know what I mean? So, you know, it's going to be a fun experiment regardless of how wrong I end up being.
Well, I think from what I've seen, we all have wildly differing predictions on this semi-final.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, so
Again, I think it's going to be another one where nobody gets all 10.
No, like, I highly doubt. Like, I'd be surprised if I saw someone on my timeline say, I got 10 out of 10! Like, please predict my lottery numbers, please. So that's it for our semi-final 2 predictions. Thank you so much for following along for us. We will pump this out on in podcast form within the next couple of hours, depending on like upload speeds and stuff like that. Because my upload speed down here in Wales is crap.
Oh dear.
Yeah, because I live in a dip in the valley, so like the broadband doesn't like go very fast. But apparently we're supposed to have like fiber broadband sometime soon. I don't know.
Oh, I do hope so.
Yeah. So just a reminder, we won't be on tonight for our post-show live stream, but instead we'll be on tomorrow morning to basically discuss what has happened. And I think like 12 hours is more than enough time for us to calm down and like properly assess what will happen.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Also, the fact that the arena isn't exactly in the city centre, unfortunately, and I can't guarantee how long it will take for me to get to somewhere that I can record. So,
Oh no!
so there is that.
That's okay. We'll just have to make do what we can, what we got. That's okay.
Make the best of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Good luck to all your favorites. Hope you guys don't stress out so much. At least it's not as much as I am right now. I'm probably gonna need something stronger than Calm's tablets to get to calm me down, because like I'm like anxious to the point where I've just got a constant stomach ache and it's not good.
Oh, don't worry. Breathe, as Vlazdana would say.
Breathe, breathe, just breathe. Let the water carry me away.
Yes.
They're both very calming in a weird way. Okay, so that's it for today, and until tomorrow, bye bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.